Hey guys, welcome to the video tutorials of codeandtest.com. In this video we'll talk about vModel. See the diagram. On the left hand side we have business requirements, system design, functional specifications and program specifications. Okay, these phases are called verification phases. And on the right hand side we have unit testing, system integration testing and user acceptance testing. Okay, these phases are called validation phases. The left hand side phases are called verification phases, the right hand side phases are called validation phases. Okay, and I explained you about verification and validation in the video called what is testing and why it's needed. So I recommend you watch that video. Okay, and as you can see from the diagram, the process flow is bent downwards. Okay, these arrows are downwards. Okay, the process flow is downwards, upwards and sideways. Okay, this arrow indicates developed into. This arrow means developed into, and this arrow pointing upwards is verified against. Alright, this arrow means verified against, and this shaped arrow means integrated into. Okay, integrated into, and this arrow pointing to the left is validated against. Okay, so I'll explain about the phases involved in vModel one by one. First is business requirements. Alright, in this phase business requirements or simply requirements of the software are collected. This phase is concerned with establishing what the ideal system has to perform. Okay, clients are interviewed and a BRS document is generated. BRS document is generated. Full form of BRS is business requirement specifications. Okay, and it has all the requirements agreed upon by both client and the team. Alright, see here, in business requirements BRS is generated. Okay, and after business requirement phase we have system design phase. Okay, and in this phase the designers will design the architecture of the software. Okay, and the architecture is divided into different modules. The user interface screens are designed and the database is designed. Okay, and in this phase system requirement specification document, that is SRS, is prepared. It is prepared from BRS. Okay, see the diagram. In system design phase SRS is prepared. Okay, it is prepared from BRS. Alright, and it is validated against and it is verified against BRS. Okay, SRS is verified against BRS to check if SRS covers all the requirements mentioned in the BRS or not. Okay, if there are any requirements missing in SRS, the correction is done then and there. Alright, that's why here we have the process flow bent downwards and it's again going upwards, isn't it? BRS is developed into SRS and SRS is again verified against BRS. Alright, and after system design phase we have functional specifications phase, and in this phase the functionalities of a software elements are specified. Okay, the functionalities of a software elements are specified, like what are the functionalities a software should have in UI screens, what fields, what buttons, what links should a screen have, and what should these elements do. Okay, what should be the functionalities of these elements. These details are noted in FRS, that is functional requirement specification document. Okay, FRS is created in functional specification phase. All right, see the diagram. In functional specification phase, FRS is generated. Okay, and it is verified against SRS. All right, FRS is verified against SRS to check if the functionalities present in FRS will cover the system requirement specifications designed. Okay, FRS is verified against SRS. All right, and after functional specification phase, we have program specification, and in this phase the specifications of a software are specified in detail, like what element should be mandatory. Okay, what are the valid values an element should accept, and what are the invalid values. Okay, the database tables are specified with all the elements in it, with all the fields in it, and their types and sizes are also specified here. Okay, and these program specifications are verified against FRS. Program specifications are verified against FRS. All right, and after program specification phase, we have coding, and in this phase software coding is done. Coders will write the software code, okay, as per the program specifications. As per the program specifications, coding is done. All right, and after coding we have unit testing. Okay, now in this phase, smallest testable part of an application or software is tested. Okay, in unit testing, smallest testable part is tested. Okay, it is a method by which individual units of software code are tested. All right, and testing in this phase is validated against program specifications. Okay, testing in this phase is validated. This arrow is validated. Okay, testing in unit testing is validated against program specifications. Okay, what I mean by this is, in program specifications we said that the fields are specified in detail, like what should be the input values it should accept and what are the invalid values it should not accept. Okay, what fields are mandatory. Okay, like that. So unit testing is done as per those specifications. Okay, and after unit testing we have system testing phase. All right, and this is the actual testing where all the functionalities specified in functional requirements are tested. Okay, system testing where all the functionalities specified in functional specifications are tested. Okay, that is, they are validated against, system testing is validated against functional specifications. All right, so system testing is performed on the entire system. Okay, and is validated against FRS. Both functional testing and non-functional testing is done in this phase. All right, and after system testing we have system integration testing. Okay, now system integration testing is process of checking the synchronization between two or more software systems. Okay, I'll give you a general example. Consider Gmail example. Okay, sending and receiving messages, take sending and receiving messages as system 1 and Google Talk or Gtalk as system 2. Okay, Now system integration testing means combining these two systems, system 1 and system 2, and testing for its synchronization. Alright, so I'll give you another example. Say customer has a software and he is happy with it, okay, but he wants another software, okay, and these two software should run simultaneously, okay. They consider this software as sister softwares or something, okay. So we develop this second software and we integrate it with the first one and test for its synchronization, okay. So this is called system integration testing. That was an example for system integration testing, okay. And system integration testing is validated against system design specifications or system requirement specifications. Alright, and after system integration testing we have user acceptance testing phase, okay. Here acceptance testing is done, okay, to determine if specified business requirements are met or not, okay. The objective is to provide confidence that the delivered system meets the business requirements, okay. And this user acceptance testing is validated against the business requirements, okay. In user acceptance testing we check for business requirements, okay. And in user acceptance testing we have alpha testing and beta testing. Alpha testing is done at the organization or in the organization by the stakeholders. Stakeholders means project manager or QA manager, delivery head, okay. And beta testing is done by the client, okay. We'll see this alpha testing, beta testing, and unit testing, okay. Unit testing, system integration, and user acceptance testing in detail in the future videos, okay. These are we'll talk about validation phases in the future videos, okay. So that was about V model, okay. The left hand side are called verification phases, the right hand side are called validation phases. Alright, so thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.